Hello students. So students, in the previous class we had completed the chapter, that is chapter 2, microorganism. In that chapter students, we have seen that how the microorganisms are useful to us as well as how microorganisms are harmful to us. Okay, so we have seen the microorganism usefulness and how it is harmful for a person. Now the microorganism, if we talk about the harmful effects, so we have also seen that basically it causes disease to the people, disease to the person, and that can be occurred through insect, that can be occurred through air, food and water, or through that of the direct contact also. Then we had discussed that okay, there are lot of a disease which is caused by microorganism in the animals as well as in the plants. And there are the causative agent for that and mode of transmission, and even we have discussed that how can we prevent this. Then we were talking about the food poisoning. What is the food poisoning, students? So basically food poisoning is what? In which the food which we are eating, if it is contaminated, so it will cause a problem, it will cause disease to a person. That is called as the food poisoning. Now the food poisoning which occur in a people, in person, that can be occur to an individual, also it can occur to group of people. So this is be called as the food poisoning. In order to prevent food poisoning, what can we do? We have to preserve the food. So food preservation is important. So what is the food preservation? The process by which we are keeping the food items safe so that we can use it for a later use, so that we can use it for a longer period of time. For that, we have seen that some of the preservatives, means first one, like we should use that of the first method, that is dehydration. By keeping the food dried, means by keeping it exposed to that of the sunlight, so that all the moisture which is present in it get removed, get dry. So ultimately, this will prevent the attack of microorganisms. So we can say here that the process of the dehydration is the first process by which we can prevent the attack of microorganisms. The second process that we can use here, student, that is preservation. The preservation of the food in sugar, in salt solution, even in the vinegar. So this means you have seen that if pickles, they are kept in the salt solution, in the vinegar, in order to protect it from being attacked by the fungus. So basically, if we will keep the food material also into the salt and the sugar solution, then ultimately that means attack of microorganism can be prevented. Next one is by canning. What is a canning, student? So keeping the food into a container, into an airtight container. It means if there is no air present in that of the container, ultimately the chances of the food to become spoiled will become very, very less. So canning is one of the method by which we can prevent the spoiling of that of the food. Then the fourth one is the using of preservatives. So lot of preservatives that we use, students. So if we are using the preservatives, ultimately that will help in preventing the attack of the microorganism. And boiling also, we know that we should keep water boiled in order to kill microorganism from it. And finally, pasteurization also we have seen, in which we should keep the substance, first we should boil it and then rapidly cool it in order to protect it from the microorganism. So these are some of the things. So this is all we had discussed about that of the microorganism. Moving on, and we will start a new chapter, student, and that is synthetic fibers and plastics. So in the previous classes, we already knew about that of the fibers, we have seen that what are the fibers it is, how the fibers get converted into that of the fabric, what are the different types of a fabric or the fibers. So we have seen that of the natural fiber. What is the natural fiber, students? So natural fiber is a fiber that we obtain from that of the nature. It means from the animals, like that of the wool as well as that of the silk. Even not only through the animals but also through the plants, like cotton is there, jute is there. This we all obtain from that of the animals and the plants. In this chapter, you can see here the topic is given synthetic fiber. So synthetic fiber is what, student? The fiber that we obtain from man, that is prepared artificially by man, that is prepared in the factories by man, that is called as a synthetic fiber. So we will write here a few points. So fabric. What do you understand by the fabric term, students? So fabrics basically we know that are made from different, they are made from different fibers. They are made from, fabrics are made of different fibers, students. Okay. And what is a fiber? So a fiber is a long thread. It is a long thread or filament. It is a long thread or filament from which textile or cloth is made, made. So fiber is what? It is a long thread filament that we obtain through textile, that we obtain through that of the through the help of which cloth is made up of. So we can say here that fabrics are made up of different types of fibers, and fiber is basically prepared. It is actually a long thread of filament through which the cloth is made up of. Now the fibers are also of two different types. That is natural fiber and man-made fiber. Natural fiber and man-made fiber. So if we talk about that of the natural fiber, so the fiber I told you which we obtain from that of the nature. It means the fiber that we obtain from the plants and animals. So we can write it here, that is natural fiber. These are those fibers that are obtained from plants or animals. So these are those fibers that we obtain from the plants or the animals. Examples, a lot are there, like cotton, jute, wool, silk, etc. These all are the fibers that we obtain from either from that of the plant or from the animal. So they are called as the natural fiber. If we look at the second type of a fiber, students, so it is synthetic fiber. So let us see what do we understand by the synthetic fiber. So these are those fibers. These are those fibers that are obtained through factories, that are obtained from factories or with the help of the chemical substances. With the help of the chemical substances. Example, nylon, then polyester, then terylene, rayon, etc. Okay, so you can see here that these are the fibers which are made synthetically, which are prepared artificially with the help of the chemical substances. That is why the name is given, that is synthetic fiber, students. Okay. All these fiber, whether it is the natural one or that of the synthetic one, these all are made up of a substance that we call as a polymers. So every substance is made up of the polymer. What is a polymer, students? So basically, when more substances they combine together to form a new substance that we call as polymer. Okay, so we can write it here that all fibers, whether it is natural or synthetic, are made up of special molecules called polymers. That is called as polymer. So every fiber, whether it is a natural, whether it is a synthetic, they all are called as they all are made up of the polymer. So let us try to understand that what is the polymer. Okay, because we are saying that every fiber is made up of a special molecule that is called polymer. So we should know the meaning of the polymer, the definition of the polymer. The meaning of the poly means many. And here what happened, when our small molecules they combine together to form a large molecule, that we call as a polymer. Like what, student? You have seen the women, they used to wear the bead of a necklace, okay? And that necklace, that will be of beads, students, okay? So necklace of bead they used to wear around their neck, okay? Now, if you look at the necklace, you will find that the small beads, means on inner thread, small beads are there, and this whole beads together, collectively they form the necklace. Okay, this is how the polymer also work, in which the small molecules are there. These small molecules, they combine together to form a large molecule that we call as the polymer. Okay, so small molecule of substance, small molecules of a substance are brought together to form a larger molecule, molecules to form a larger molecule. This is called as the polymer. So basically the small molecules, they come together and form the polymer students. So now we can give the definition. This is what we had discussed about that. What do we understand by the polymer? Now we will write the definition. So the definition says that a polymer is a large molecule. Is a large molecule. It is a large molecule made up of many small molecules. Made up of many small molecules called monomer. Monomers combined together. So polymer is what, student? It is nothing but it is a large molecule which is basically made up of the smaller molecules that we call as monomer. It means monomers, they used to combine together to form the polymers. Okay. Now the process in which this polymer is formed. It means the process in which the monomers used to combine to form the polymer. This process is called as polymerization. So the process of combining small molecules or small monomers to form a polymer is called polymerization. Okay, this is called as the polymerization. Now if we talk about the cotton. So cotton is what? It is a natural fiber and basically it is formed by the cellulose. Now this cellulose, it is consisting of a small molecules or a long chain of small molecules of glucose. Long chain of small molecule of glucose. This is the polymerization or an example of a polymerization that we can say. Now let us start to understand the common synthetic fibers, the different types of the synthetic fiber, the properties and uses also. So I hope you have understood the process of polymerization. What do we understand by polymers? What are monomers also, and how they help in the formation of polymers. So, common synthetic fiber. Common synthetic fibers. So the first common synthetic fiber is rayon. Rayon is the first common synthetic fiber. Basically, it is produced from wood pulp. Produced from wood pulp. Okay. Then this is a kind of a synthetic fiber which is obtained naturally through a monomer that we call as the polymer that we call as the cellulose. So cellulose. So it is a synthetic fiber. It is a synthetic fiber obtained from a naturally occurring polymer called cellulose. That is called as a cellulose. Now this cellulose, it is prepared, it is basically prepared by chemical treatment of wood pulp. Chemical treatment of wood pulp. So it is a synthetic fiber which we obtain through a polymer that is called as cellulose, and basically we obtain this cellulose by the chemical treatment of the wood pulp. If you see that of the rind, you will find it is having a silk texture. Okay, that is why rind is also called as an artificial silk. It has a silky texture and is also known as artificial silk. Okay, so it is having silky texture which is also known as artificial silk, students. Now let us see that what are the different properties of the rind. Properties of a rind. Properties of rind. So, first one, it is soft, shiny and comfortable. It is soft, shiny and comfortable. This is the first property of the rind. Soft, shiny and very comfortable. Second one is that it is having a tendency to absorb moisture. So, it absorbs moisture. And is preferred to other synthetic fiber in summer. In summer. So basically it absorbs moisture and it is preferred over that of the other synthetic fibers, especially in summer, students. Comparatively to the cotton, it is less expensive. okay, as well as to the silk. So it is comparatively less expensive than natural silk. So comparatively to that of the natural silk, we will find that it is less expensive. Now not only this, but it can be easily dyed into different colors. So it can be easily dyed in a variety of color, colors. Comparatively less expensive than natural silk. It is easily dyed in a variety of a color. It is very soft. It is shiny and very comfortable also. As well as, since it is having the property that is absorb moisture, so we used to prefer this synthetic fiber over other, because the other synthetic fiber, they do not have a tendency to absorb good moisture. So if we are preferring that of the synthetic fiber, especially in summer, we used to prefer rayon because it is having a tendency to absorb moisture. Now moving on, and we will see the uses of rayon. So this is what these are some of the properties. Uses. So first one is that it is used in textile industry. Obviously it is used in making the clothes, so it is used in textile industries. Textile industry for making clothes, such as shirt, skirt, hats, etc. So first of all, it is used in that of the textile industry. Now it is also used in home furnishing. It is also used in home furnishing. Okay, use of the rayon is also there in the home furnishing. Like what, students? Such as curtains. Sofa covers, then carpets, as well as bed sheets. These are the different home furnishing which is used in the rayon. Then it is used in manufacturing of tire cord. It is used in manufacturing of tire cord and surgical dressing. As well as in surgical dressing. So it is used in this also. Now we can say here, students, that these are what? These are the uses of that of the rye. So here we can say that it is used in textile industry. How? Because they are used in making shirts, they are used in making skirts, hats and the other clothes also. It is used in home furnishing, like that of a curtain is there, bed sheet, carpets. These all are used in that of the rye, means with the help of the rye. And also it is used in making that of a tire cord and the surgical dressing. So these are the uses of the rye, students. Okay.